What's going on, everyone? Hope you're all having a great day. The Buffalo Bills had a statement win against the Dolphins on Sunday. But after that win, are the Bills the best team in the AFC? So if you look around the AFC, the Bills might actually be playing the best right now. Now, I know Josh Allen had that 4 turnover game in week 1 against the Jets, but I mean, Mahomes should have thrown 3 interceptions the other night against the Jets, and nobody's really batting an eye about that. Now, really, when you look at the landscape of the AFC, of course, you have Buffalo, Miami, who, Buffalo ended up beating Miami the other day. The Ravens are also 3-1 right now, who haven't been playing very well also. However, but sometimes the Ravens' offense is just a little too Lamar Jackson dependent. Well, you could say the same thing about Buffalo, but I just think that Buffalo has way better playmakers. Of course, you have Stephon Diggs, who's, a top 3 wide receiver in the league. You have Gabe Davis, who's pretty solid as well. The Bills also have a really good 2 tight end set when you look at Dawson Knox and also Dalton Kincaid as well. Now, really the other 2 teams that I thought were really going to be, with Buffalo neck and neck to see who comes out of the AFC were Cincinnati and Kansas City. Now, Cincinnati is right now an absolute mess. Joe Burrow's hurt. He can't really make a lot of plays. He can't move. And who knows what's going to happen with Cincinnati. At this rate, they might not even make the playoffs. While Kansas City is also 3-1 as well, their offense just hasn't really looked as much as a well-oiled machine as it has looked in years past. And it feels like Mahomes' wide receivers just aren't really that great this year. I mean, Mahomes still has Travis Kelce, but the wide receivers that they have just aren't good enough. And while the Chiefs do have a great defense, I just don't know if the playmakers around Patrick Mahomes are really good enough right now. Well, I still think the Chiefs are going to be in it. The question is, which I'm not going to count them out. I just think the biggest question is, are the Chiefs, do they have enough firepower offensively? That are their receivers going to be able to make plays when they need to late in the 4th quarter against a really good team? And maybe Kansas City's offense will look a lot better towards the end of the year, but right now, even with the other night when they played the Jets have a very good defense, but really Kansas City didn't play all that well offensively. And of course, another team that I thought was a little bit of a dark horse was the Jaguars, but it really just looks like Trevor Lawrence has kind of regressed to where the Jaguars haven't really even played that well whatsoever. That really they're not scoring a lot of points. Trevor Lawrence just isn't playing well. And if he's not playing well, then I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that division. Right now, every single team's 2-2. While it is just one game where Buffalo did end up beating Miami, I just think overall the Bills are just a more balanced team than Miami is. Well, of course, Miami's waiting for Jalen Ramsey to come back, and they're missing, Jalen Phillips, so they are missing, 2 of their better defensive players. But overall, I just think, as a package, I mean, Miami's offense is definitely better than Buffalo's, but I think Buffalo's offense is still really good. Now, I think Buffalo's defense is a lot better than Miami's. However, losing Tre'Davious White for the year is definitely going to be a killer for the Bills. However, they're getting Von Miller back, or Von Biller, as I like to call him. So getting Von Biller back is really going to help their pass rush. They already have Leonard Floyd, to where their pass rush and their front 7 is going to be a lot better now. And plus, the Bills didn't even have Jordan Poyer as well in that game, when you're trying to defend against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and they did just fine. But of course, the key to the Bills' success is going to be Josh Allen. Where right now, I think Josh Allen is probably the MVP of the league. If, it's probably between him and Tua. But the Bills are going to go as far as Josh Allen can take them. As we've been saying for years, that sometimes Josh Allen, he's an amazing talent, but he just tries to do too much. That sometimes Josh Allen tries to do too much, that he tries to be a hero. But we saw against Miami that Josh Allen was electric. And ever since that Jets game, he's been awesome. That if he continues to play at this high level, I just think the Bills are going to be a really tough team to beat, especially if they end up getting home field, in January. Where going into Buffalo in an AFC championship game, if Josh Allen's playing at an elite level, if the Bills' defense is, playing very well, if their front 7's healthy, and that's the biggest thing, of course, is health as well. But if the Bills are healthy, right now, I actually do think that they are the best AFC team. With, what's going on with the Bengals and Joe Burrow, Kansas City's offense, not really having the same type of firepower, and Baltimore's just been ravaged by injuries even early on in the season. And plus, whatever's going on with Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. But right now, I do think that the Bills are the best team in the AFC. However, I do think they have a big game against the Jaguars this week that can really kind of go either way. That if Buffalo has a really great showing against Jacksonville, then I'm going to feel even more confident with saying that they're the best team in the AFC. If Jacksonville goes in and beats them, then that might just change the narrative. It's kind of like a weekly narrative at this point early on in the season, but still fun to talk about. But like I said, the Bills are going to go as far as Josh Allen can take them, and with Josh Allen just being, pretty hot the last couple of games, as long as he continues to do this, and if he trajects towards being an MVP, then the sky's the limit for the Bills, and they might be hosting their first Lombardi Trophy. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Peace.